G'day 6-week challenges, Anthony Gillespie here. This is something that I really needed to talk about on Saturday, but I kind of forgot. It's the most important thing we want to track. So to make this easier for you, I've just done mine up for the week. And this is a number that I want you guys to send me. So we're appraising week 1 from February 4 to February 10. So it's from the Monday to the Sunday. And we're looking at your compliance to your eating rules over that week. That's the number that we want to track. And then, of course, we want to assess that behavior against the results that you got. If you're on the right track, you'll be heading in the right direction with your results. If not, you might need to tweak things a little bit. And most of the time it will be about being more compliant to the rules you've got. That's the first thing I would look at. And then beyond that, it's looking at whether the rules you've got are good enough for you to make a change. So if you can just see this board here, I'll draw attention to what my rules were for the week and for the 6 weeks. It's no alcohol, no dairy, no white rice, pasta or packeted snacks, and no bread at all. So that's what I'm aiming to achieve. And you can see that I made a mark every time I ate or drank, and not including water. So you can see that I got 100% on day 1, 75%, made 1 error, and then down to Saturday where there was 2 errors, that was 50% compliance to my rules, and then 3 out of 4 on the Sunday, which was 75%, which led to a total compliance score to my rules of 85%. And so, I would think maybe that's good enough to get a result. And as it turns out, the things that I'm tracking that I want to see if this change is my body mass, also known as weight, and then your waist, my waist measurement, and the skin fold, abdominal skin fold. And they're probably typical things a guy wants to track and have a look at. And you'll see that I dropped 0.4 kilograms on the scales, and actually 2.3 centimeters around the waist, which is a lot. And I'm going to say that potentially there's a little bit of error involved with that. That was a self-measurement. So I'm not getting too excited, but I definitely feel like I've dropped a little bit of body fat around the stomach. So at this point I'd say, yeah, I have dropped some. Is it 2 centimeters? Not 100% sure that that's the case. But then I look at the skin fold. I did a skin fold, abdominal skin fold with the calipers. And that was 3 millimeters down. So those two numbers, both in the down direction. So I'm thinking, and my personal feeling is that I have lost a little bit around the stomach. So, I would say that, my compliance, 85%, is good enough to be getting a result. And obviously the other factor to consider is exercise. How did I go with exercise? This is just a compliance score to nutrition. The exercise is the X factor that can make a massive difference as well. I was trying to exercise in some way every day. It didn't have to be anything intense, but I did do 1 intense session throughout the week. I didn't exercise on 1 day, and I exercised in some way on the other 6 days. So I was pretty happy with that, and that led to a result. So this is what I want you guys to track, and I want that number on a weekly basis. So I've done an Excel spreadsheet, which I use myself, and I'm very happy to share one with you, where you just put a stroke in, a 1 for yes, you are compliant to your rules, that's a 1, and a 0 is no. And then it automatically adds it up. And that is courtesy of Rachel DeVries, who did that for me and for you guys. So if you would like to track your compliance, automatically, just use that Excel spreadsheet, or any way that you can. We want to know that number at the end of the week, because that's the only way to really know is what you're doing working. So thanks very much, guys. Put some comments. I want to hear how you went. My proposal is that I put everybody's name down here on a week-to-week basis. We're going to track your compliance score. And as I said maybe in one of my posts, that's not about naming and shaming. It's really about helping you stay focused, and we're here for you to keep you accountable. That's what I see as one of our major roles. So thanks very much for joining us. Anthony Gillespie signing off for the 6-week challenge.